All right, we got some excited ladies on this call tonight, and I could not be more excited. We're going to get this thing about 30 seconds or less because we believe in starting stuff on time.
Wonderful.
We want to be respectful of everybody's time out there. We are now live on Facebook, so you guys can go to the page of Mrs.Cofer if you want to share this live with anybody. Again, that is Mrs.Cofer on Facebook. And let's share this with the world. Okay. Awesome. We got all kind of cities checking in. I see Morgantown. I see Charlottesville, Virginia. I see Atlanta, Georgia in the building. That's where I am tonight. I see Philadelphia. I see New York. Okay, I see Alabama. You guys are definitely representing tonight. And we are going to get started here. We're going to give it 10 seconds or less. And we are going to rock and roll. I see Michigan checking in. I also see Columbia, South Carolina. We are ecstatic that you joined us tonight. I have the extreme pleasure of introducing two amazing young ladies. When I tell you that these young ladies came over here blazing trails, they both, not just one of them, but they both came over here, have been a part of this organization for just a short amount of time. I think now we just probably hit 1 month in the business. That's 30 days. But let me tell you what they both did that I think is absolutely incredible. In a time where inflation is on the rise, in a time where people are looking to make extra money, these ladies both added an additional $1,200 a month to their income. That's what they did at first. They did that in about 7 days, right? They then went to $40. Okay, they started at 20, went to 40, and are now at the $80 a day mark. I want you ladies to ask yourself before we talk about anything, what would an extra $2,400 a month do for you and your situation? We're here tonight to have a conversation. We're going to talk about it because we want all these ladies, we want to show you ladies how to get to this bag. Okay, so without further ado, I need you to come off of mute and help me welcome first and foremost Miss Mrs.Cofer of Cofer Financial Group and Miss Shakira Shackelford. Y'all give it up for these two amazing
ladies.
Welcome.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing good? It's ladies' night. Now, we ain't got no wine. We ain't got nothing to drink, but we're going to have a good time. Get you some Pepsi or something like that. So, look, I'm excited. Thank you, Miss Kristi, for that amazing introduction. I'm excited to wing this with Miss Cofer. Miss Cofer, you ready to rock and roll? So, listen.
We're ready to rock and roll, sis. Let's go.
Get it. Let's get it. So here's the thing, guys. You know my personality. I'm a very straightforward person. I love helping people. And I just want to get this information to you. So I need you ladies to just like kind of turn your ears on, take your judgment off. I just want to have some talk with my ladies. Let me tell you why. I realized that through this information, how blinded I was, how unaware I was, and that was costing me money. Now, if there's anybody up here who's ever been a single mom before, put some fives in the chat if you've ever been a single parent before, but you know how hard it is to survive off of one income. And although I reach out to all kinds of women, I'm down for my women. As a single mom, previously, I got a boyfriend now, he helps out my kids, but that's another story for another day. But as a single mom, I know what it's like to have to make that money stretch. You guys, I want you to understand something, whether you're single or not. America is literally the wealthiest country, but people are struggling. I'm gonna say it again. America is literally one of the wealthiest countries, yet they have so many people struggling. And so one thing is, guys, that I really struggled with. I'm like, well, how does this happen? How is it that you can have a country that has so much abundance? You can have a country that has so many, land of opportunity, but yet you see people who are living paycheck to paycheck. You see people who are rubbing dimes and nickels and quarters together. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so what I did was I said, okay, I really feel like, and Miss Cofer, you can tag team me on this one, but I really feel like we were just talking today about the price of eggs. I really feel like it's how we're taught, how we're conditioned, what we learn in our school systems, what we learn in our households. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
we're not taught this stuff in school. And so it puts us in a position where we're trying to figure it out along the way. You know, if our parents don't know it, we don't know it. But, you know, thank God we've been positioned with this information we're going to share tonight so that it's a each one teach one kind of situation.
And I think as women, that's our responsibility. When you see a good piece of makeup, you see a good piece of hair weave, you know, you see anything good, you share that information. And we create a space here with Coach K to make you guys feel comfortable, but get this information to you because it will change your life if you apply it. So basically, guys, and I took some notes here because I can talk if you ain't noticed. So I took some notes so I can make sure I stay on task before my ADD kick in. I'll be talking about, you know, dogs and stuff like that. Okay. So basically, what we have here is a framework. Okay, we have a framework that basically makes certain things simple. What we're going to do is we're going to share with you guys how we can help you transition. As Coach K said, we're going through an inflation right now. You get $5 today is not $5 like it used to be. Okay, and so what's happened is we create a framework that helps combat what's happening with our economy, and it's simply called 4-3-2-1. So put 4-3-2-1 in the chat. If you follow me so far, put 4-3-2-1 in the chat. This is the framework that we're able to get to you ladies to make it simple, to show you how you can maximize your dollar, to show you how you can take care of them babies. It is a simple framework, 4-3-2-1, okay? So this is how we're gonna start. First, number 4 is I'm going to show you the 4 roadblocks. The four roadblocks that prevent you or limit you from thriving in this economy, okay? Now, guys, like I told you, I know I sound smart and my red lipstick was cute, but I'm just letting you know, I did not know this stuff before this company. So don't let me sound good and smooth intimidate you. I literally did not know this. So there are 4 roadblocks that we're gonna talk to you guys about that are preventing you from being able to thrive in this country, okay? That's number 4. All right. Number 3 is going to be, they're going to be 3 solutions. Okay. And when we give you these solutions, we're going to have people who are going to tell you where they come from, their profession, but they're going to show you how they've been able to leverage this information, use this information to create, you know, some success in their income in their households. Okay. And so when you have these 3 solutions to those 4 roadblocks, you're going to have 2 outcomes. Y'all follow me so far? So we have got 4 roadblocks. We got 3 solutions, and those 3 solutions are going to lead to 2 outcomes. Okay, these are like legit financial goals. Okay, like I told you guys, I didn't know this information before, so it's like to me. But you have 4 roadblocks, 3 solutions that will lead you to 2 financial outcomes, and one company is going to do that for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me see. Y'all want me to share my screen? Coach K, you gonna share your screen? How you want me to do it?
I have mine up if you want to see my screen.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. Okay. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Let's start with the big elephant in the room. The biggest thing, you guys, I want you guys to just throw something in the chat if whatever you think of. What do you feel like is the biggest thing that's taking your money right now? Is it the kids? Is it your husband and that PS5? Is it the Uber Eats, the DoorDash? You tell me what it is. Put in the chat, shopping. Okay, we got interest rates, we got taxes, we got eating out. Put it in the chat, mortgage, we got all kinds of things up here. So these are some of the things that you guys have really said, all of it. Mortgage, right? Car gas, absolutely. But guys, let me tell you something I did not know. So we have all these things. We got the kids, we got the husband, we got everything. We got the mortgage, we have pets, I got dogs. But I found because of this company, the thing that's eating our money the most is the thing that we are not paying any attention to, and that's taxes. That is taxes. I know for me, my taxes was a conversation. I just felt like it was what it was. I felt like I was just, you pay taxes for everything, pay taxes for your groceries, pay taxes for your property, taxes. And some of those taxes we don't have any control over, and that is what it is. But there are some taxes that we do have control over, and that tax system is a federal tax system, okay? And so the way we combat or address the federal tax system, which is taking all of your money, see, the federal tax system, the taxes it's literally like a domino effect, right? That federal tax system is literally taking or causing a chain reaction in all the other facets of your life that I'm going to talk to you about, the 4 roadblocks. So we want to start with taxes first, because once we adjust the taxes, then we can talk about how we can make other improvements. Okay, so taxes. You guys, when you fill out the W-4 form, let's be real, we women, we can talk straight. You got a new job, okay? You ready to get started. They done told you what your pay is going to be. You ready to rock and roll. They give you a W-4 form. They tell you to fill it out. Now, if you ain't think like me, baby, I'm just like, if Johnny had 5 apples, okay, divided by 6, I'm gonna close my eyes, boom, right? Fill the form out, not thinking nothing else about it. And then as time realizes, you realize, hey, your gross and your net are 2 totally different numbers, right? What you're making and what you're bringing home are 2 totally different numbers. You mean tell me you work 40 plus hours a week, they're taxing your overtime, you're not bringing home the money, but you're working really hard, guys. It wasn't making no sense to math. It wasn't mathing to me. And so when I got into this situation, I talked to these experts. I got coached by Mr. Brian Bean and Coach K. They said, Shakira, listen, this is what's happening. Your taxes by that W-4 is the one thing that you can control and the one thing you don't know, have a clue how to fill out. Okay, so we understand so far that taxes is a big piece of the issue. Let's go down even further. Now, what you bring home. Now you got what you bring home. It's not enough to cover your expenses, right? And so then what happens? Then you have to go borrow money from the bank. Got to get you a credit card, right? Anybody got credit card debt? Put one in the chat. Ain't none of my business, but I just like to be known. Got credit card debt, okay? So you have to go pay for a loan. Now you're having to get financed for a mortgage. Why is this? Because what you're making and what you're bringing home are so different in price. Now the banks are able to absorb your money. So the banks are saying, hey, listen, we understand you didn't make what you didn't bring home what you made. That's okay, baby. Come over here. Let's talk for a little bit. And you sign your name on a dotted line, and now you're in debt to these entities. Does that make sense so far? So here we are now. We had taxes, right? Which seems to be innocent. Now we have the big banks, okay, who are out here. We accrue in debt. All right. We out here, we getting the car loans. And let me tell you guys something. I get it. I'm not judging anybody at all. I'm just letting you guys know from my perspective, these things are happening to us in broad daylight, like we're like right now, right? So we have these banks, we're establishing relationships. You got a Macy's card, you got a Walmart card, you got a card for everything. And those cards are charging you interest. And that interest is based on your credit score. You see where I'm going with this. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but you guys follow me. So we're accruing this debt because the amount of money that we're making is not an amount of money that we're bringing home. We don't have enough. Now, you work too hard not to ball. My mom used to always tell me, I wasn't born to just pay the bills and die. So then what do? I go out here because I want to look like I got money, even though I don't. Okay. So I go out here and I start buying things that I cannot afford. So far we have taxes, and then we have debt that's created by the borrowing system, the banks. Okay. And now we have it where we are buying into big business. So Walmart is a big business. Starbucks, I know y'all got to have your coffee every single day, but sis, Starbucks is a big business. These entities are taking your money. Why is that? Because you want to post your selfie with you having a Starbucks drink, even though it was the last $9.72 you had in your bank account, you still want to look like you're up to par, right? I'm not judging you. I get it. But you guys got to understand, everybody is taking your money except for you. So we got taxes. We have these banks, these entities that are lending you money. Seems innocent, but when you realize your money is literally being given away, and now we got Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and all these other big businesses that are taking your money, where does that lead you guys? What's happening? So you see slowly what's happening here is your money is drifting away. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is inflation. So we talked about big business, we talked about taxes, we talked about debt. Now we're going to talk about inflation. Ms. Cofer, come off you. Were we not, or were we talking about eggs today?
We were talking about eggs and cheese.
Eggs and cheese. Now tell me what you said about the cheese.
Cheese, I saw a commercial last night, ladies, and no lie, they were showing that cheese is $6.99 in some stores. When you start to think about that, it's mind-blowing, but we've got to be able to eat, right, Shakira? We got to be able to feed our families. We got to be able to, like, so when we pull up to the gas pump, we can't control what's happening at the gas pump, but inflation is happening. And guess what, y'all? There's no slowing it down right now.
Mm-mm.
No slowing it down.
Mm-mm. So what that inflation basically is, today's $10 doesn't have the same value as it did yesterday. The eggs is $2.86 on average. That's the basic eggs. That's the eggs that's in the styrofoam, not the eggs that's in the plastic case. That ain't the cage-free eggs, okay? These like basic necessities are at an all-time high. And that's because the government is setting the price and you don't have the money to be able to keep up with it. So I just showed you guys 4 entities that are literally taking your money with your eyes wide open. So look, what I want to do real quick is I want to show you guys, I got some people up here. If you're part of Extra Digit family and you've been able to address these 4 roadblocks, and create, which we're going to talk about the solutions in just a second, but you've been able to address these 4 roadblocks. I want you guys to raise your virtual hand because I'm a personal believer that facts tell, okay? Facts tell. They tell you the truth. They tell you the story. And so I want these ladies to raise their hands so we can call on them. But I want you guys to understand that there are solutions to those 4 problems, but those definitely are roadblocks. There's no reason why basic necessities have to be that high. But at the end of the day, we can't control it. We have to combat it by making adjustments with our federal taxes and the other areas that we can control. Okay, give me just a second here. Let me see who I got. Okay. Miss Nikwa, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you got the floor. So look, tell me your, your name. I just say your name, but tell me where you're from, what your profession is, and what's happened before and after. What difference have you noticed?
Absolutely. So my name is Nikwa Coley. I am a soldier, actually a warrant officer in the Army. But before I get into what it's done for me, I just want to say your energy is so live right now. It's like pumping me up. I am really appreciating education. We're part of an organization that creates safe spaces, and your energy in this safe space, I love how down to earth you are and how much value you're providing on here. So please, please keep sharing this with as many people as possible because I am getting something out of it, and I've been a part of Extra Digits. So thank you so much. And you too, Ms. Cofer. I am blown away by you two ladies tonight.
Look, I appreciate that. Look, tell me about your before and after, because I'm sweating and I'm excited because I heard your story a little bit, but everybody else hasn't. So tell me what has happened for you since you've been a part of this process.
So Shakira, I'm the person you was talking about. Mine was the first one in the chat with the credit card debt. I could have put a 2, 3, and 4 when you got to that other stuff. But I just want to start with taxes. Like I said, I'm a soldier in the Army. So I'm the person who filled out the W-4 as an E1, 19 years old. I'm now 37, ain't looked at the form. I've had babies, been married, been left people. So my form should have been changed and it wasn't. But because I got with the experts at the MWR Financial, what they did is they said, hey, Nikwa, you overpaying in your taxes. And it wasn't like $1 or $2. I was overpaying $300 a month in my taxes, Shakira. $300. We're talking $3,600 a year. But because I was overpaying in those taxes, that's how I ended up with that credit card debt we were talking about. That's why I have, loans, because robbing Peter to pay Paul wasn't working. So I had to go borrow from Paul. You know what I'm saying? So with them able to get that $300 back from me a month, I was then able to parlay that money into paying off 2 credit cards. And I wrote down some numbers because I don't want y'all to miss this. I paid off 2 credit cards and also paid off a personal loan equaling over $5,000 within my first 90 days. We're not talking about, years and years later. I'm talking about within my first 90 days, just by getting an extra $300 back in my check that I worked for. I didn't put no extra hours. I just went and had my form corrected. I uploaded 2 documents, which were my pay stubs and my last year's tax return. I had experts look at that for me. But it gets even better than that because, Shakira, I just want to share my debt, if you don't mind, real quick. So in addition to the loans I paid off and the credit cards I paid off, I also refinanced the loan that I had out there. I had a loan where I was paying 17.99, and I hope y'all not judging me, but 17.99, I got this loan when I was young, in interest. That was my interest rate for years. Like, we're talking until last year, that was my interest rate. I was able to, because of everything the experts have been doing for me and paying off debt, I was able to get that down to 12.99. That's not the mind-blowing part to me, though. The mind-blowing part is I actually had a credit card, and those interest rates, no games played. 24.99. Some of y'all can't believe it because I know y'all making a lot of money, but my credit card interest rate was 24.99. And after hanging around ladies like yourself, Shakira, and Miss Cashflow Kristi, and being around the mentors that we have, enough was enough. And my mindset is different. I'm not paying 24.99 interest on nothing. We just gonna figure this out. And so what I was able to do is I got a loan to pay off that credit card debt. My loan is 9.29% interest. So we're talking about over 15%. That's like a whole nother interest rate out there that I was able to just come down because instead of trying to doctor it myself, I let some experts take a look at what I had going on. I got with some people like you and the other like-minded ladies on this call like Ms. Cofer, who were able to see what I had going and were like, Nikwa, let me help you out. And I could go on here all night, but I don't want to hijack the rest of the testimony. So if you need me, I'm here, girl. But I just really appreciate you letting me share that because it really touches me just to even have that testimony. And I know somebody out there has a 2.499 and they trying to figure out what they're going to do about it. MWR Financial is what you need to do about it. So thank you so much.
Look, first of all, thank you for your service. You're a pretty lady. And I listen, for you to be out here in these streets fighting for our freedom and be these flies you are, I just want to say thank you. But I appreciate you sharing that because that is something that is real. Like, guys, we have experts who do this. I forgot to say that to you all, but we have experts. So it's not something that you have to do. Niqua just told you have experts who are trained to be able to do that. So thank you, Niqua, for sharing that. Look, we got Miss Anita. I saw Miss Anita. Miss Anita, you there?
I am here. You're doing an amazing job. I'm like Nico, man. I'm just ready to like my energy's so high. But I am Anita Patton. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, Roll Tide. I am a latent fingerprint examiner with the Birmingham Police Department. I've been working there some over almost 25 years. I didn't revisit my W-4 form at all until I heard about income shifting. And so when they visited, I got $709 a month put back on my paycheck. I was able through the $709 to start eliminating debt. In the middle of a pandemic in 2020, I eliminated $8,500 of debt. 2021 paid off a car a year and a half early, also paid off personal loans and credit cards. Then my credit score started to go up. And my team got my credit score up 209 points. My husband's score up 159 points because it includes my husband, right? So because of that credit score increase, we sold our home, bought our new forever dream home, sits over 3,000 square feet, acre and a half. But guess what? I'm not even excited about that part. The part I'm excited about is I went from my old home that I sold, I was paying 5% interest rate. My new home, I paid 2.5% interest rate. And you know what made me realize, Shakira, I think it's Shakira, I don't want to mispronounce your name, that when the closing attorney said to me, I haven't seen this in years. And I said to him, what is it? And he said, a mortgage payment that the interest is not far from the principal. That let me know that my team of experts got me at a credit score where I'm paying almost as much as principal than I'm paying in interest on a mortgage. Not only that, I get passive income, non-wage, residual income of $40 a day, $1,200 a month. And that may not mean nothing to you, but it has changed the trajectory of my finances. And I also have my two daughters in it. So instead of leaving a legacy, they are living the legacy with me. Thank you so much for letting me share.
Oh, Miss Nia, that was powerful. First of all, you and your husband had almost a 400-point increase. Then y'all went from having a 400-point increase to being able to refinance your home at a 2.5% interest rate. Now you out here balling out of control. You got $1,200 residual income coming in every single month. Let me get $5. You know, I'm just so excited, Anita. I'm just so excited for you because it's just you represent women across the world, whether you know it or not. Your story represents so many women. And guys, the thing about it is this company makes wealth real. Wealth is not some concept that's far away from you. It's tangible, it's close. It's those small, practical things that seem to be like nothing initially. But when you start compounding those things and you start making that thing work out for you guys, you see how you're able to pay off debt, refinance for low interest rates, which means you're able to retain more money. So thank you, Miss Anita, for sharing it. The experts looked out for you. Listen, we got Miss Coach K, the curls. Listen, she always bringing it. Coach K, could you tell us your story?
Absolutely. Before MWR, I was bartending at one of the busiest or the busiest airport in the world, Hartsville International Airport. I was up at the crack of dawn, Shakira. I would literally wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 5:45. By 6 o'clock, I'm slinging Bloody Marys, at least 200 Bloody Marys a day, right? On my feet, hands hurting, all of that, right? I was introduced to MWR Financial. And I introduced this to some other people, some other like-minded individuals like myself that was looking for a better way, you know? So in 2019, I got started in the business. in my first 30 days, I was able to secure, like you and Ms. Cofer, a $2,500 a month residual. We're talking about guaranteed income the very next month. By month number 6, I was over $8,000 a month. It was absolutely insane because guess what? All of this was during the pandemic when people were at home. So normally we'd be face-to-face and hotel meetings and traveling the world and sharing this, but guess what? We weren't. We were locked down. So I was able to earn passive residual income every single month while people were getting laid off, while people were wondering, where their next meal was going to come from, where people were wondering, how am I going to pay my mortgage? I was positioned at the right time in this company with one of the most sought after trainers in the industry that basically laid out the blueprint. One thing that I love about what we do in the extra digit movement is nobody's selfish because we all want to see everybody win. So when my mentor laid out the blueprint and showed me, okay, this is exactly what you need to do to get where you want to be, it was unreal. So now with this new revamped compensation plan, every single day at 5 o'clock, $280 hits my account every single day, just for sharing information like we're doing right here. A lot of people be like, well, Kristi, what is the business? Type in the comments. You are looking at it. You're looking at it. We position ourselves to go anywhere from $5 up to $8,500 a day. I have a business partner right now, ladies, that's making $1,000 a day. And it goes all the way up to $8,500 a day. So Shakira, I know you are looking forward to climbing that $8,500. As I said before, for those of you that missed it, both Shakira and Michelle have been a part of our organization for roughly I think they just hit their 1 month anniversary, and both of them have positioned themselves at $80 a day and super close and well on their way to $140 a day. The question is, what will your testimony be? And what daily pay do you want your text message to say every day at 5 o'clock?
Listen, that was powerful. Look, y'all, I'm proud of my $80. I don't know if y'all can see it, but baby, there it go. There you go, mama, I done made it. Listen, right there. Nobody could ever told me I could get $8 a day and I ain't have to this is it. I'm excited about it. Look, Miss Cofer, you there with me? Miss Cofer, I know you excited.
I'm excited. Hit like clockwork, Shakira.
Ma'am?
I said it hits like clockwork.
Yes, it does. Faithfully, 506. Look, y'all, so you heard the testimonies and things like that. You probably think it's really expensive. And, Ms. Cofer is going to tell you that it is really expensive. So Ms. Cofer, no, I'm kidding. Ms. Cofer, let's talk to the people. Tell them how much this process, between them either having experts reduce, their taxes by modifying their W-4, either addressing their credit score, or, maybe even if you guys want to start a business. Ms. Cofer, just talk to us. What's the numbers? Talk to us.
The numbers are super small, but first of all, y'all got to drop some fire symbols in the chat for Ms. Shakira for just blazing it out here with this information, because I know that people perish because of lack of knowledge. And so tonight you're on this line. If you haven't been taking notes, ladies, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this information and this knowledge has been withheld from us. It's been withheld for centuries, for decades, but this is the season where you literally can make wealth real. And whether you're doing it like some of these beautiful ladies on here tonight, and you're minimizing your taxes, right? You're going out here and reducing your debt so that you can learn how to invest. Your expenses are getting beneath you so that you can go out here, pay on your credit cards, improve your credit score, increase your income. And so it's $99. Literally all of us have that. You can literally go out on the weekend with your girlfriends, have a dinner for her, dinner for you, and spend more than $99. You can go to the mall, buy one bag and spend more than $99. So I don't want you to start getting so focused in on the 99 and the fact that, for those services it's $99 a month. I don't want you to focus on that, because you just heard Miss Anita Patton, you just heard Miss Coley, you just heard Miss Cashflow Kristi. Those are real people. Adjust the way you think. Adjust the way you think. Don't get distracted. But you think about the value that you have a team of experts at your fingers who are going to provide all of these services for you. Now, I can tell you, I even leverage, going in and seeing when the experts would show me when I would be totally debt free, they're going to save me about $43,000 over the course of my debt. And we're talking about that's $43,000 I can put back towards building my legacy. Somebody hashtag legacy in the chat, because that's what wealth building is all about. It's not about what you could, go out and spend and having all these lavish looks and all of that, because women, we're so used to facade. It's us tonight, right? We're so used to the facade. No, it's not about that in this season. Miss Shakira Shackelford just so clearly told you that inflation is real. It's not getting any better. But how do you beat inflation, ladies? You get your income up. You're looking at someone, I was a struggling social worker for over 16 years and then learned how to build a business from home. Somebody's paying me $80 in residual income every day. That's $2,400 a month. And now I can go and choose how I want to invest that in my future. So for $50 more, hear me clearly, you literally can not just have those services, lady, but now you put yourself in position to be a business owner. Now, let me tell you why that's important. Because if you're just using the services and you have a W-2 and you go to your 9 to 5, you're being taxed at the highest tax level. But then you shift over here now, I become a business owner. Now I'm able to write some stuff off, right? I'm able to earn some income with this platform. Every time I share this powerful information and somebody wants to be a customer, guess what? I just got a $40 customer bonus. They decide, you know what? I'm super smart. I want to make money too. Like, I don't want to get left behind. Big businesses are not taking pay cuts, by the way. Y'all realize that, right? The CEOs of these Fortune 500 companies, they're going to bring us in those stores, but they're not going to reduce their salary. So this is the way you can supplement your income. Miss Anita just told you she's been working at the police department, right? Miss Coley, she's serving the nation, right? But guess what? They're able to earn an extra $50 every time they share this information. And somebody says, yes, there are momentum bonuses, but what we love is the daily guarantee. Somebody put guaranteed in the chat, because ain't a whole lot of things in our life guaranteed. Not a whole lot. We can't even guarantee the fact that we're going to wake up tomorrow. We're in the middle of things happening all around us every day, but will you do something now to position your kids and family that you can say you left a legacy, right? So we're talking about anywhere from $5 to $8,500, and that's not a month, that's per day. Do the math on that, and I'm sure you're going to come up with about 3 million and something, right? That's literally your opportunity for $50 more. But let's talk about this, because it's more than saving monies, lady. It's more than making money. We've got to learn to make our money grow. This is where the wealthy people have been winning for centuries, right? So they know to go out and they know to move over into investment income, because this is the least tax. If you stay over here on the far left and we're just working, right, you're going to be paying up to 33% in taxes. But if you go out here and you start allowing your money to move, because it is currency and it likes to move, now you're talking capital gains. Now you're talking dividends. Now you're talking a business what puts you in a position where your lights, your cable, your travel, the things that you love to do and are doing anyway can now be tax sheltered. See, we're not teaching you, or our experts are not teaching you to avoid paying taxes, evasion, I should say. We're teaching you how to legally avoid it. And that's what wealthy people have known for decades. And so you put yourself in position that you can go out here and you can be your own bank. You can invest in land. Let me tell you something, Shakira. As women, we're always talking about what we want to do, right? We got our vision boards. Put a 1 in the chat if you wrote a vision board out this year. Put a 1. We're talking about all of the things that we want to do. At the top of this year, I was telling Shakira earlier, at the top of this year, I started vibing at a high vibe, you guys. I started thinking about land and buying land in my hometown and doing something to pay homage to my mom who passed away. And then I get over here and this company says, look, we can show you how to buy land in an area where there's a growth pattern that's about 33+% on average on your dollar. So ladies, I don't want you to miss it, but this company is literally making wealth real. And one of our mentors, you heard Miss Kristi talk about him earlier, Coach B, he says it like this: if you are not investing, you're not even on the path to building wealth. As a social worker for 16 years, I stayed on this cycle of struggle, struggle, struggle. Never had enough to pay bills. Never had money in my savings, but when we start to think about it, I know I'm not the only one. Put a 3 in the chat if you know a sister. Let's talk about it. You know a sister who's in a place where she's robbed Peter to pay Paul. At some point, ladies, it's just us tonight, right? Sis, at some point, we've got to start telling ourselves that we deserve more. And see, the problem is we're thinking we don't know enough. And it's you don't have to know everything. You have a team of experts on 6 different tangents who are working for you to make sure even if you don't know it, you're going to benefit. And even if they're not, we are such a sisterhood that we say, you know what, we're going to bring you along this journey. So let me share my screen and share with this thing. We're going to wrap this thing up, right? So let's talk about, let's see, get the screen up here. Let's talk about the objectives, right? It's 2 objectives. So Ms. Shakira has told you the 4 major problems, the barriers, right? And then I've told you already, we got 3 things right here, you know, that we're going to help you solve. And then I want to talk about these 2 objectives right here. I don't know why let me get this together right quick. I want to talk about these 2 objectives. It's the current lifestyle, which everything we have, what we eat, where we live, our clothes, our shelter, all of these things is funded by the labor we do now. So it's okay to have a job. It's okay to go out and have what we call linear income, but you don't understand that that linear income is only going to pay for the lifestyle you're living right now. But you do want a retirement, right? You do want a future, right? That's where your investments are going to come in. Your future lifestyle is going to be funded by the investments you make. But again, if you're not making any, how are you going to be able to live a life of true freedom? Put freedom in the chat, because I know I'm not the only one on this line tonight that desires to have financial freedom. This platform, Make Wealth Real, is literally doing that. And it's showing people, no matter what, we can show you how to save, save, make, and grow your money. And it doesn't matter what you do. So you have to make a decision, y'all. Wealthy people see opportunities. They see doors open and they go through. Most of us walk with this hat of skepticism all the time. And I can just be transparent as we wrap up. I was one of those people. I remember 5 years ago, my husband and I were literally in a place where with over 6 figures of student loan debt, I couldn't even afford to get my lights turned on. And my husband showed me something that literally could have changed our life just like that. But for 30 days, I got to think about it. Oh, let me wonder about it. Let me do my research. And I'm saying all of these things to you all because I know we say it all the time. We are in the middle of the biggest economic crisis there is. And either you can be a part of the haves or you can be a part of the have-nots. You can either solve the problem or you can come along and be a problem solver. Now, we don't want anybody on this journey that doesn't want to be. We want to lock arms with like-minded women, but I want you to know this, even if you don't want to build a business, even if you're already highly successful, ladies, guess what? I don't care what economic bracket you fall in, you do want to save more money, don't you? Being able to supplement your income would change your life, wouldn't it? So that's the membership. That means you're number 2. You want to expand your cash flow. It's $99.97 a month. And yes, you can get it for free. Whoever invited you on here tonight can show you how to do that. It's simply just referring your family and friends, because if you have money challenges, guess what? The people around you do too, likely. Birds of a feather flock together. But then you can say, you know what? I want to be a number 1. I'm going to add an extra $50 on top of that. And I'm going to now be able to put myself in position where I can work in a hotel. I can work at the beach. I can work at the park while my kids are playing. And I want to be a part of Make Wealth Real at home, where now I'm all in. I'm able to save on my taxes. I'm able to add extra income. I'm able to increase my cash flow because now I got a home-based business. So I can go out there and be like Donald Trump and only pay $700-something in taxes. Y'all don't hear me. It's all about understanding how to play the game. If you know how to play the game to win, which is what we teach in this platform, then you're going to win. $149.97. That's going to get you the business. So I want you to get back with whoever shared this information. Listen, we don't have to sit here and wonder after we prayed, y'all, was this for me? If you prayed and the answer appears, just because it doesn't look like what you thought, it's a green door, but you thought it was going to be red. Oh, it's a blue door, but you thought it was going to be yellow. Just because it doesn't look like what you thought doesn't mean that your higher power, and I'm a believer, but it doesn't mean your higher power didn't set you up for success. What I know is this. Forbes says by 2030, about 2/3 of all wealth in America is going to be in the hands of women. Now, all of us got money, and all of our money is going to make somebody rich. My question to everybody on here, who's it going to be? Who's going to get rich off your money? And that's what I want you to think about. All right. So that's our time. Thank you, ladies, all so much for joining us tonight. It's been Girl Talk. Listen, join us here next week, same time, same place. Thank you so much, Ms. Shakira Shackford, Ms. Nika Coley, Ms. Cashflow Kristi, Ms. Anita Patton, and all of you lovely ladies who make up this beautiful, beautiful bouquet of women who know how to get a bag, keep a bag, grow a bag, and then show somebody else how to do the same thing. That's our time, ladies. You guys have a great night. Good night. Bye-bye.